Kick your shoes off, take a load off. Don't go nowhere till the show's off. Oh, you know it's gonna be a movie when you got Cletus Cassidy on your TV. Yeah, already know Mr. Funny Man. Coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show. Cletus Cassidy Show. Already know Mr. Funny Man. Coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show.
Top of the morning, man. How's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's having a fantastic morning already, man. I am still out. Welcome to see you in the morning, man. My horrible idea to get up every morning and give y'all way too much of my personal business. I am, of course, your host, Cletus Cassidy. So excited to be in the building with y'all on today, man. We got a lot planned for you, man. A lot of show planned for you. Got just two subjects today, and then I'm getting on out y'all way, because I'm still on vacation, and for whatever reason, I still be giving y'all the show, even though I vacate. Even while I'm vacating, I've decided I'll be like, hey man, they still deserve the show. So let me go ahead and give y'all all the show that I can give y'all while I'm still vacating, because I can. And I don't know if every time you leave is that considered a vacation. I know in I think the British, the English, they had the right thing. They call it holiday. They say you go on holiday. They don't say you go on vacation. Because vacating just means you leave something. So every time I leave somewhere, I'm over. Anyway, moving on. If this is your first time hearing this, you're about to experience something so cold. If not, if this is your first time here, you're about to hear something so cold. If you've been here before and you found it not robbery to come back again, man, I appreciate you. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me, and that makes me feel good on my inward parts. I'm gonna do just a quick show today, really quick. We're supposed to have a guest on the show today, but I don't. Hold on, real quick. Tomorrow, man. I'm answering text messages. First of all, that was my guest that was just hitting me up that I don't think is gonna make it onto the show today, and that's crazy. That's crazy. But we're gonna get into just a couple of things really quick, a continuation of things that have been happening in the world, and then I'm gonna get out of here. First of all, I got to give y'all updates on the cruise and some of the things that I did yesterday. It was probably the most eventful day that I've had on the cruise. So we're gonna go over that, and then we're gonna move on to whatever life is. How about that? Let me start by saying good morning to all the people that are saying good morning to me, because that's what I do. If you took the time to say good morning, I figure I should say good morning back. So let me go ahead and get that done for y'all really quickly, and then we'll move forward in the way that we are the best to be. The top three people, of course, the first three people to say good morning to me, I say good morning back to them and give out medals. Now, I don't know what happened here. My comments list ain't right. It's not right, because I can see comments on another one of my screens and they're not the same. So I'm going to give the mythical morning medals out, but they're not going to look the same as they do on the screen. So the aluminum fourth this morning goes to Dolores Lewis. Good morning, Dolores. How are you? The bronze goes to Ida Seaborn. Good morning. Silver goes to TT Tiny and Tasty. Good morning. And the gold goes to Melissa M. Cooper Light Luther, who I saw up there. I saw her post on one part, but not on this one. So Melissa, you got gold, TT silver, Ida Seaborn bronze, Dolores with the aluminum fourth. Naambi, good morning. Pam, good morning. Lisa, how are you? Aries, hey. Monche, good morning. Toya Kirby, good morning. Must be nice to travel like kings and queens. And that's a little rough to say, Terry, especially since I'm on a boat. And kings and queens of our complexion on a boat don't have the best history. Don't have the best history. So let me give y'all some recap pictures real quick. Did not try a new Starbucks drink because we can keep it a stack, and we can be completely honest. I forgot what they told me to get. It was some kind of drizzled something, and I completely lost it. By the time I left the go, I forgot what it was. Um, so that didn't happen. But I'll try something different today. To really get into my Starbucks groove. Yesterday, like I said, it was a pretty eventful day. Yesterday, I went to an ice bar. It was a bar made out of complete ice. It was -7 degrees in there, -7 on the degrees. Um, it was beautiful. Everything was in there made out of ice. The bar itself was made out of ice. All the chairs, everything. They wouldn't let you stay in there more than 30 minutes because it was so cold. And frostbite is a real thing, so they didn't allow that, man. But that was an epic experience. I got pictures of them. I just can't get to them. I did that yesterday for some other reason. On when you go on cruise ships, a lot of times they have a lot of things going on, and they try to. There it is, the caramel ribbon crunch frap. All right, I'm gonna try that today. People they always let people do stuff like they love to like the mess with the guests. So yesterday we were in like the shops because they have like all the designer bags and all of that kind of stuff. So we go look at the bags and different things of that nature. So while we're in there, they're having a sale, and so they were like anybody that comes in during the sale, it was ladies' night at 8 o'clock. So they were like, hey, look, it's ladies' night. Ladies, y'all can come through, and we got like specials for y'all. And anybody that has on pink today, we'll let them get 2 free tickets. So I turned around, I was like, well, I'm wearing pink. Do I get 2 free tickets? And the guy was like, yeah, I'll give you 2 free tickets. He's saying this over the microphone. He was like, only if you'll come and sing ladies' night on the phone on the microphone. So of course, me being me, there's a microphone. When have I ever said no to a microphone? So I go get on the microphone, I start singing Ladies Night, and then I just take over the guy's job. And like for the next 5 to 7 minutes, man, I'm in there picking on people, just bringing people in, explaining the sale. I become a magnet. So like it is jam packed full of people. Like all the workers come, the workers stop working because they want to see who is this on the microphone. Like it's this whole big thing, right? So I finally get the guy his microphone back, and he was like, "You should think about doing this as a career." He's like, "You ever think about, doing this kind of stuff?" And I was like, "You know what? When I get off the boat, man, I might think about that. I might throw that into my resume. I might throw my hat in that ring." He's like, "No, listen, I am serious. I have seen people with talent, and you got it." And I was like, "Man, thank you so much." And people were like, this lady came in to me, "Are you a DJ?" And I was like, "Nope, nope, I'm not a DJ. I'm not a DJ at all. Yeah, I did that for free. It was like 5 minutes. But the fact that they try to convince me to do this as a living was hilarious to me. So when I get off the boat, man, I may think about a career in entertainment. I may I may think about a career in the entertainment field. It was fun though. Like it was just amazing how everybody came around. I watched a movie last night, Finding Nemo, which was kind of cool. I did a couple of trivia contests. I realized where I am on the age meter. I realized, I realized I did. I realized how old I am now. If I would have took this cruise in my 20s, it would have been all about going to the nightclubs, the parties, and all this. I have been super excited about doing music trivia, uh, watching the movies. Like the moments to just sit down and chill have been amazing for me. Like I was all in yesterday on music trivia, word trivia. Like it just becomes a certain age where you be like, I, you know what, y'all young people, y'all going, y'all have a good time. I'm gonna sit right here and enjoy myself. I should have admitted to them I was a comedian. Nah, let them live. And here's the problem with it. Once you do that, Lisa, because it was a lot of people that was watching, that was coming up and all that stuff. Once you admit it one time, now you got to deal with it for the rest of the book. People be telling each other, and it becomes a whole thing. And I didn't feel like it. So that was it. So yesterday was eventful, man. It was eventful, but non-eventful. So good times. And then we're back in the Bahamas again today. Apparently other people are here too. So, I've been looking at other people's boats. Let me see if I can wave to those people to see if they're looking. Do they see me? No, I'm waving at people on the other boat. They're not. Nope. Nope. It's the carnival boat, so it's the pores. Waving over at the pores. Oh man, see Terry, because you just that guy, man. Internationally, man, everybody loves you. What's going on, JD Martin Luther King? All right, so now let me get to the only two topics that I got for today. I got yes. Anthony tried. Please, y'all, please get tried. Try believes he discovered me. He reminds me every time, man. I said you was the man a long time ago. Yes, Anthony tried. Anthony Trott is my own Simon Cowell. Excuse me. So big shout outs to Anthony Trott for discovering my talent. Thank you, Trott. Anyway, let's get to the two topics that I have for today, and then we're gonna be out. Topic number one is one that I'm ready for to be over, but it seems to be dwelling a little bit because there was some shocking turns, twists and turns yesterday, and Leandria Johnson 757 debacle. And the promoter for the show, she called me and asked could she come on my show today, and I told her of course you could, man. I let everybody come on and talk about what they're going through and what's happening. I love being just a voice. People can come out and tell the truth about whatever their situation is. Unfortunately, she was uh, unable to come on this morning. I think she's had some stuff pop up from the event. And one of the things that everybody keeps talking about, that's why today's show is called We Don't Have a Standing Anymore. Everybody keeps talking about things that have come up. So now the promoter, which is a lady named by the name of Saran Day, is her nonprofit that was trying to have a concert on the 2nd of August with Leandria Johnson. If you're unfamiliar with what happened, Leandria Johnson's people apparently canceled on her about 8 days prior to the show happened. It's a very common happening in the music industry. A lot of people don't understand that. People don't know it, but it's a very common thing that happens. So she cancels the show about 8 days out. So apparently, at the time, Saran is friends with a young lady who is a news reporter, allegedly, by the name of Rhoda Young. So, and everybody has a perspective, and I'll just give you the only one that I've been given. Ms. Day, she'll be coming on, I guess, to explain her position on it. Ms. Day is a friend with Rhoda Young, had gone to Rhoda Young to get Rhoda to help promote her show. Because one of the things that Rhoda Young always talks about is she's got 500,000 followers. There's so many people that follow her. Everybody follows her, is what she says. She has built herself up as an internet celebrity. And so she was like, "Hey, come on and use me for promotion." So when it becomes apparent that the show is going to be canceled, apparently Miss Day said she went to Rhoda and said, "Hey, I'd like to come on your platform and explain to people that the show is going to be canceled. That we're going to try to move it to another date." Miss Day starts off real professional. You can see in her look she's real stressed. She talks about what's going on, which leads Rhoda Young to just start cussing out. She just starts cussing out Leandria Johnson. I'm talking about just calling her words that you shouldn't be calling people. It's bad for your brand. It's just bad for her. So it becomes a social media firestorm, which is what Miss Young does. That's her thing. She is social media. She's an ambulance chaser. She does all the ghetto stuff. If it's gonna be a fight, she's gonna promote that. If it's a car crash, she's gonna be there. Like she does that kind of stuff. That's her livelihood. That's what she does. She gets the views for exposing whatever's crazy out here in these streets. So people are drawn to her. because she's not polished. She doesn't speak in complete citizen. She doesn't use the Queen's English. She's not classically trained. So people are drawn to her because of what they call her being real, right? So it goes the wrong way. Both sides end up. Um, she ends up cussing on Leandria Johnson. Leandria Johnson cusses her back out, kind of threatens her, and so it goes viral. Of course, it spreads. It goes viral. At the end of the day, no pun intended, Miss Saran Day is trying to have an event. Her goal is my nonprofit is trying to have a fundraising event. This is what we're trying to do. Both she and Leandria Johnson's management got back together and worked it out because that's what adults do. That's not even my boat. That's the boat over there. And they got together and worked it out. That's what people tend to do. If you have a disagreement, if things didn't go the way that it goes, you try to come back to the table to work it out. They worked it out. They set a brand new date. She moved on. Apparently, Rhoda didn't appreciate her going and working it out. I think she wanted the drama to continue or whatever. So even in the midst of Miss Day working it out with Leandria, they had set a date for the two of them to come to the table, explain both sides of it to the public. That video was up. Miss Young is continuously still cussing out Leandria Johnson. She then flips and starts cussing out Miss Day. And people are having this huge discussion and they're blaming everybody. Everybody's getting blamed. Leandria's getting blamed. Miss Day is getting blamed. Rhoda's getting blamed. They're blaming everybody. I'm surprised I haven't been blamed yet. So it's blame going around for everybody. Everybody is getting blamed in this situation. My thing is, and I've said this before, everybody has to play a role. What if you've ever been in the legal terms, you've ever been in the legal field, there's something called contributory negligence. Everybody has a level of contributory negligence. Everybody has a level of it in this situation. Everybody has a level of it in this situation. Leandria Johnson hired her people. Her people didn't do what they were supposed to do. They have a. If there's 100%, if it's a whole pie, they've got a piece of the pie. Ms. Dave admitted to me, hey, this is the first time I've done something on this scale. I'm learning a lot about the business. So for her knowing that, she had to learn. And the drama, and so she owns a piece of it, a piece of the pie. The drama was started because Rhoda decided she wants to go cussing people out, and that's what she started. And now she's been playing the victim. She'd be like, they left me out here, and people are talking about me on social media. When you're a social media person, that's gonna happen. I get talked about on social media all the time. I can't be like, they talk about me on social media. Social media plays a large role in what I try to do as a comedian. I've got to use. You got to understand, for every action is an equal and opposite reaction. So if I have a large following on social media and people love me on social media, there's also going to be a large segment of people that hate me on social media. If Kev on stage can't even go and play with his tallywhackle in public, without, not because that's a crime, but in private and do what he wants to do without people having strong feelings about it, now he's a sinner. He does this. Kev is one of the most beloved people that I know. So conversely, there's going to be a whole lot of people that can't stand him. They call him corny. They say he does this. No, you're not going to please everybody. But when you decide to live your life in that public space, when you decide to be in a fishbowl, you can't get upset about being seen. When you decide you want to live in a fishbowl, you can't complain that you're being seen because the views are what you live for. So you have somebody who lives for views. Now people kept saying, well, I had people come on real hard. I'm talking about people now. One thing I said yesterday, I said, I wish that the church would have gotten behind Leandria the way that Rhoda supporters get behind her, whether good, bad, or different, whether she's right or wrong, they ride with her. People were like, well, she should have never asked Rhoda to do it because she knows Rhoda cusses. We have got to figure out a way to say, hey man, you can't just cuss everybody out. You can't do it. Now, no, I can't go get everybody. And this was something that I said yesterday. If I know I got a cousin that fights everybody over the littlest thing, I can't go tell my cousin nothing. I can't tell my cousin, hey, cuz Shirley cut me off in line today. She's like, we all gonna go whoop Shirley's. Like, no, man, it ain't worth it to beat Shirley up over this. But if you know that's the type of person that she's on, that my cousin is, the type of time that person is on, you might not be able to say those kinds of things to him. You might not be able to say those kind of things to that cousin because that cousin is going to go crazy. But there's still also responsibility for that cousin to grow up. You are now 60 years old. You can't keep fighting everybody. At some point in time, you got to realize, you know what, this ain't the way for me to live. I've got to accept personal responsibility for the things that I have done. And so it's just become super ugly. I'm talking about super ugly. And I hate that. And what I do hate it for the most is the young lady Saran, who's gone through a lot emotionally, physically, all of this stuff over just trying to do a concert for her nonprofit, which is crazy. So my inbox be blowing up. I seen people, there was people online. Somebody got online today and was like, I'm trying my hardest not to disrespect you. And I was like, person that I don't know, you can't disrespect me. You can type something. You can type everything you want to type, but that ain't, you typing nothing, that ain't gonna. A wise man told me offense can never be given, it can only be taken. You can type whatever you want to type. That ain't gonna bother me, not one bit. You can social media keyboard warrior all you want to. It doesn't bother me a bit. So yeah, so now it's going crazy, man. We talked yesterday. I talked to a friend of mine who is a like a publicist, a personal assistant, um, for artists. And one of the things that they realize is artists also have to look for something. Listen, I'm gonna tell Leandra this. If Leandra's people see it, if Leandra see it, Leandra need a publicist. She just need a publicist. She needs a publicist. The therapist part is she's working on her own stuff. I get that. I ain't get into her personal life, but she need a publicist. She needs a person that she runs stuff through before she says it. You got to do it. Everybody thinks that promoter life is easy. It is not. It is not. And gospel artists are the worst at doing business because they've done business in a church way, and church business ain't real life business. Church business ain't real life business. I will not, Terry. I will not. I will not. Good morning, Nene. So that was it. And then my last piece, my last piece is because we don't have a standard anymore. I'm upset about our lack of a standard. The people, and when I say the people, never, Michelle, never, um, never. And my last statement is something that's really been hurting my heart. As y'all know, I'm an HBCU guy. Norfolk State, the Norfolk State University, which I believe is the greatest university in the history of all universities, is where I matriculated collegiately. And I know things change as you get older. I know things change as you get older. I know the way that you view things changes as you get older. And everybody looks back at when they were young through a different lens. You look at it through a different lens. And here's how I see it. I saw college when I went to college, and I say this all the time. When I went to college, everybody cared about how they looked. When I was attending the Norfolk State University, there was only a 2-week period where people looked bummy. But once God blessed us with refund checks, once those refund checks hit, everybody looked amazing. You did your best. When you walked out of them doors, you gonna look great. Basketball games, football games, nobody knew the score of the game, but they looked amazing. You cared about the way that you looked when you went to college. And they set a standard for us when we even coming to class. Like, this is the standard that has been set for you coming to class. Over time, I don't know when kids started to not care anymore. Even when I went to high school, we cared about what we wore. We cared. There is now a thing where kids don't care. They wear whatever. More kids wear pajamas than they wear regular clothes. Most kids own more pajamas than they do jeans. There's nothing but pajamas and sweatpants. That's all they wear. Pajamas, sweatpants, and hoodies. Tuskegee, one of our most prominent HBCUs, just got tired of it. Tuskegee just got tired of it. They said that was the 90s. I don't know when it broke down. Tuskegee said, we tired of y'all coming to class and your do-rags and your pajamas. And NSU, the upperclassmen were the standard. You got called out for looking crazy. And now everybody's on this, mind your business. We don't say nothing to nobody. So Tuskegee is like, y'all can't come to class in do-rags and pajamas. We are setting a standard. No do-rags, no pajamas. And people are losing their minds. People are losing their minds. It was like, well, Tuskegee don't graduate enough of their students. Well, maybe Tuskegee's graduation is low because the students that they have allowed to come to school don't take school seriously. If you showing up in a do-rag and pajamas, something tells me that you won't really coming in there trying to find a job, that you really won't trying to progress. The fact that they're saying, you know what, this is a form of racism for y'all wanting these kids to not wear do-rags. What does that have to do with them learning? It's not about them learning. A lot of times college, and here's one of the things I realized, college is not just about the classes that you go to, but it is the matriculation through college helps you develop from being a child to an adult. It helps you understand what's going on in adulthood. It helps you understand what the standards of life outside of this school. Listen, what happens, I know your parents love you, stand behind you, come what may, but things are going to change and be a lot different. Everybody say, I got a dress code in my syllabus. I don't allow it in my classes at all. And so the fact that Tuskegee even had to, it hurts my heart that they even had to come with a campus-wide policy that says no do-rags, no pajamas in class. It is not a form of racism. Now, when we start talking about, when we start micromanaging and we start saying things like you can't have your hair but a certain length, we don't allow this, we don't allow that. Some of those things are very difficult. But just setting the standard of you not wearing the pajamas. I saw something today that was like, it's not even about respectability, politics. It's not about whitewashing black institutions. It's all about what's appropriate. Pajamas are made as sleepwear. It says it right on the thing, it's sleepwear. It's just like nobody gets up at night and it's like, you know what, time for me to go to bed. Let me put on this tuxedo. People don't say, I'm not going to put on a tuxedo to go to bed. Why am I putting on pajamas to go to class? It is different. Lisa Basil Bishop said, our time, my high school, college days, these kids don't care at all. My teenage daughter knows better. Shit, mama don't play that. I wish I would see my daughter outside the house with a bonnet. And that makes an amazing point. If you feel like it is so important for you to be in pajamas and a bonnet, you can get that same education online in your living room. Oh, they pulling in another ship while I'm here. Let me see how they park this thing. Shit pulled right on up while I was right here. That's crazy. I just looked up. You got the option. You can always just wear your pajamas. We ain't finna force you. We ain't finna force you to come on this campus. We ain't finna do this. And this is why we end up with people cussing out artists online and people saying it's okay. Cause we don't have no standard. We don't have no standard. People just do whatever they want to do. There's no standard. And everybody will get there. We will applaud. We are able to we applaud people for doing wrong. The fact that people are outraged is insane. It is crazy. There's a guy, he spends half of his day fussing about why it's wrong that Tuskegee is saying dress appropriately. It's just about appropriate dress. All we're doing is setting a standard for these kids to be successful in life. It's not about necessarily saying that you wearing a do-rag makes you not able to go to class, is going to make you unsuccessful. But some of the things that they're saying, hey, we're setting a standard. You're going to realize that as you get out in life, there are going to be different things that have certain standards that you have to meet. It's just about meeting the standard. It's just about setting discipline. What college does is it develops you to go out into the workforce and into real life and realize that there are certain standards that you have to hold up. Does not matter what you do, where you work, there are things that you need to be able to do and there are things that you can and cannot do. And these are just little lessons that train you to be able to survive. If I can survive going to class without wearing a do-rag, and pajamas, I think I can survive anything in life. Here's what's crazy: those same college kids who y'all are acting like it is just a tragedy that we're making them not wear do rags and pajamas. If they go to the club and the club tells them they can't wear a do rag, you know what they do? They leave a do rag in the car. If they go to anything else, they lock it and they lock that thing down. If the club tells them they can't wear it, if they had to go to court, they can't wear it. Wherever anywhere else there's a standard, they're gonna meet that standard. But all of a sudden, they don't have to have a standard in school, which is crazy. Which is crazy. But hey, Tony said, I agree. They are schooled a career for professional life, and you can't do that in pajamas. Learn how to dress for professionalism. That's all. What's class? 30 minutes, 45 minutes on a Tuesday and Thursday? Class 30 minutes on if I can't survive those 30 minutes, what am I gonna do? Them same kids that when they go to that Chris Brown concert, when they go to see young whoever, Big Yachty, young YN, they are dressed to the nines. When they go to All Star Weekend, when they go to Essence Festival, they're not down there in pajamas and a do rag. So it's not that they don't understand what appropriate dress is. They just being lazy, and most of them ain't even washing. And I think that's the biggest problem. I say it all the time. When I see you in the store in your pajamas, it does not tell me that you are comfortable. It says me that you stink. If I see you in the pajamas in that store at 3 o'clock, I'm saying to myself, so you ain't washed your hind parts all day. At 3 o'clock, you still ain't washed your hind parts. That's all it says to me. And you could have taken a shower and put on pajamas. You can be just fresh out the shower. I'm talking about you can be fully clean and zestfully clean. But now, and when I see you in there, that's all I'm thinking. If you go in there and take that shower and put on pajamas and go to the grocery store, I think you smell funny. Run that, throw that twat in the shower. That's all I'm thinking. Your hind parts smell bad. All right, I'm out, man. I'm getting ready to go to enjoy the day. There's all kinds of people here, man. Boats keep pulling up. I don't even know if they got enough room for all these boats that are pulling up. I'm gonna give y'all the word of the day for the day, and then we out. Today's word of the day is sultry. SULTRY, sultry, which means very hot and humid. And that's what it is out here. At 8 o'clock in the morning, it is sultry outside. And then I don't like it. I don't like it. All right, I'm ready to get out of here, man. Listen, educate young women on the significance of walk by air and a sit down wind. Walk by air, sit down wind. When you sit down, all that aroma comes up. When you sit down, aroma comes up, and sometimes it's not pleasant. I've been trying my very best, Chandler, to get it, man. I be forgetting. I'm gonna try today though. I gotta see somebody running on the boat. Somebody gonna be late. I'm gonna catch him. All right, we out, man. Until tomorrow, man. Hey, listen. Y'all know what the deal is. Make somebody feel good today, even if that somebody just happens to be you. I'll catch y'all next time. Same place, different place, but same time frame. I'm out.
Kick your shoes off, take a load off. Don't go nowhere till the show's off. Oh, you know it's gonna be a movie when you got Cletus Cassidy on your TV. Yeah, already know Mr. Funny Man. Yeah, coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy show. Yeah.